What if I told you the most powerful pirate to ever sail the seas wasn't a man, but a woman? In the early 19th century, Ching Shih, a pirate queen, ruled the South China Sea, commanding a fleet so massive it struck fear into the heart of empires. From poverty to piracy, her story is one of ruthless ambition and unstoppable determination. But how did she defy the odds to become the most feared pirate in history? Let's uncover the untold rise of Ching Shih. Ching Shih's early life was far removed from the glamorous image of a pirate queen. Born into poverty around 1775, she lived in the bustling but dangerous port city of Canton. Like many women from her background, she found herself working as a prostitute in one of the city's infamous floating brothels. Yet, fortune has a strange way of turning, and in 1801, Ching Shih's life changed forever when she caught the eye of the infamous pirate leader, Zheng Yi. This wasn't a fairy tale romance, but rather a partnership of ambition. After their marriage, the couple set about consolidating their power, uniting rival pirate fleets into one massive confederation. Together, they commanded the seas with an iron fist. But it wasn't Zheng Yi's leadership alone that built their empire. Ching Shih played an equally crucial role, showing a sharp strategic mind even in the early days of their alliance. When Zheng Yi died suddenly in 1807, many expected the pirate confederation to crumble. After all, how could a widow, with no formal background in warfare, hold together a force of over 50,000 pirates? But Ching Shih defied expectations. She took swift control of the Red Flag fleet and made it clear that her leadership would be just as formidable, if not more so, than her late husband's. Under her command, the fleet's discipline tightened. Ching Shih enforced a strict code of conduct that ensured loyalty and efficiency. Pirates who disobeyed were executed, while those who followed her rules were rewarded generously. With these strategies, she solidified her position as leader and expanded the fleet's operations. Soon, the Red Flag fleet controlled nearly the entire South China Sea, plundering merchant ships, raiding coastal towns, and defeating any naval forces sent to stop them. Ching Shih's success didn't rest solely on brute force. It was also her ability to establish a clear, enforceable pirate code that kept the fleet running smoothly. Her rules were harsh but effective. For example, pirates were forbidden from stealing from the fleet's treasure or from the poor. Any captured loot had to be registered and distributed fairly. Disobedience was met with swift and severe punishment, often death. One of her more humorous rules, however, was that pirates could not steal from each other. Imagine trying to explain to the pirate queen why you decided to borrow a few coins from the ship's treasury. Those who broke this rule often met a grim fate. Ching Shih wasn't one for second chances. By 1810, Ching Shih's Red Flag fleet had become an unstoppable force, threatening not just the local seas, but also international trade routes. Desperate to put an end to her reign, the Qing Dynasty, along with British and Portuguese naval forces, launched repeated attempts to capture her. But Ching Shih's strategic brilliance continued to outmatch them at every turn. Rather than being cornered, Ching Shih turned to diplomacy. In one of the most astonishing deals in pirate history, she negotiated amnesty for herself and her entire crew. Not only was she granted a pardon, but she also kept her enormous fortune and retired peacefully. For a pirate, this kind of retirement was almost unheard of. Ching Shih defied the odds once again, transitioning from a life of piracy to one of wealth and influence on land. Ching Shih's story is not without controversy. Some historians debate the true scale of her operations, questioning how much control she truly had over such a large fleet. Others challenge the narrative surrounding her role as a female leader in a male-dominated world. Was she an opportunist who took advantage of her husband's death to rise to power? Or was she a strategic genius who shaped her destiny through sheer determination? There's also the moral ambiguity of her legacy. After all, she was a pirate, a career built on plunder, violence, and fear. Yet, despite the brutal nature of her career, Ching Shih stands out as one of history's most successful pirate leaders. She controlled one of the largest fleets ever assembled, outwitted the mightiest naval powers, and retired with her riches intact. Few pirates, male or female, ever achieved such a feat. In the end, Ching Shih lived out her days peacefully, running a gambling house and enjoying the wealth she had acquired. She died in 1844, a far cry from the violent end met by most pirates of her time. Her legacy, however, continues to live on. A woman who defied the norms of her society and built a pirate empire that remains unmatched in history.